Hello everyone and welcome back to another Wizard101 video. Today I'm going to be going over something a bit different. It's definitely still a guide video, but I got a comment in one of my last videos. It was like, why do you never make videos on like levels 50 to 90, because those seem to be neglected. And that is kind of true. I usually make videos on the lower levels of the game. My camera's a bit low, sorry. I usually make videos on the lower levels of the game, mostly because that's where a lot of people either struggle or don't really know the answer. But definitely, I have some videos on it, but I'll make this one now because this is definitely one of the more important ones, I think. And that is why level 56 specifically is a huge level, because it really is. I mean, realistically, it's one of the biggest jumps of levels out of any level in the game, right? And there's a few reasons for that. The first and most major is Winter Tusk. Now, if you didn't know, there's Winter Tusk gear that I will show you. There's two separate Winter Tusk gears. There's this one over here, which is the Ring and Athame from Ingolf the Grower. You need to do a side quest for Gerda first, and you can see you can come here and get the rings. They're not the best rings in the world, or they're not the best ring and Athame in the world, but they're actually not that bad. They do give good power pip chance and decent damage. I mean, 9% damage here, compared to in the past where you would have had no damage from your Athame and ring, right? So there's that. But it's also important to note that that those aren't even really the best ones, because dropped throughout all of Winter Tusk, and you can find this in the bazaar, this is what I would recommend, is the ring, basically the ring and Athame for your specific school. You can't craft them, but you can get them in the bazaar. I believe one of, like, for example, the fire one's called the Ruby Ring of Battle, level 56. You'll find it of the different types of schools, but trust me when I say they're really good rings and Athames. And the reason that they're so good is because they specifically give a significant amount of damage compared to certain things. For example, the Storm, the Athame gives 9 damage and the ring gives 6, which is actually like a lot of damage. If you didn't know, like, that's what 15, which is pretty good. That's a significant jump in damage that you wouldn't have had until level 56, right? But that is not the only thing. The ring and Athame, they are a good upgrade, and you definitely want to get them. But the best upgrade is probably over here, this guy in Sudrland, the Winter Tusk gear. Now, the Winter Tusk gear is basically the equivalent of the Waterworks gear. If you look at the stats, they're very similar, and the stat differences are actually so negligible that you could just craft Winter Tusk gear and never get Waterworks gear, because the differences are that negligible. I mean, it depends on the school. Like certain schools like Death, I would definitely recommend getting the Waterworks gear. I mean, it's not that important, but definitely I would recommend it. Ice I would recommend because of the resist, but a lot of these schools, there's absolutely no reason to get it, because it's just a few minor stat changes. Like, it's plus maybe 1 second, excuse me, sorry, I just had like a tickle in my throat. I'm back now. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the stat changes are very negligible. Like 3 to 5 damage isn't that much. Crit wise, 20 crit, not that much at all. So realistically, these are big. Now, the reason why I think this is the most impactful level, beyond just going over these stat changes, is what these stat changes do, right? Because honestly, you gain probably about 30% damage at level 56 if you do all these changes compared to what you had in the past. I find that like around, I'm trying to think, around level, up until this level, you probably have around 40-50 damage. Maybe you have more. It depends. Obviously, it's the pet that changes whether you have that or not. But once you get to level 56, this gear alone will have significantly more. I'd say probably most of the robes have about 7% damage more, the boots have about 3 to 4% damage more, and the hats also have about 3 to 4% damage more compared to what you would have been wearing in the past. Then you have the ring and athame, which are going to boost your damage by another 15%, give or take, which is a significant amount. That is a lot of damage. I need to stress that, is that these stat changes will completely change how it feels to play the game, right? But there's one more reason why 56 is a decent level, and that is an enchant. I'm not gonna... Do I go all the way there? I can go all the way there. Basically, you come to the floating land, and you go to the star, or is it the sun? It's the sun school trainer. And the reason for that is you can train up to monstrous at this level. Now, monstrous itself isn't the greatest of them. Obviously, you can get gargantuan at 58, which is really good. But monstrous is significantly better than the previous tier, which is tough, I believe, at 52 or 54 or something. Actually, I can just look at it right here. It's strong. Or, no, it's giant. Sorry. That plus 50 damage might not seem like a lot, but it is. A lot of people, I think, don't understand just how much 50 damage is when you factor in percentages, but it's quite a bit, which is why Epic is a legitimate upgrade, despite only being 25 more than Colossal, right? Because it actually is significant. But that's really all I wanted to go over today. Hopefully, if you're around level 56, you found these changes useful. If you disagree, let me know in the comments. Like, if you think that there's another level that's more impactful, I'd like to know. Because I don't think that there's another level that has just as much impact on gear as 56 does. Because the only ones I can think of really are Darkmoor, which is definitely an upgrade, don't get me wrong, but that's a high level, high game upgrade that I don't really... That's not the same in my opinion, but I guess you could consider Darkmoor up there. So if you consider Darkmoor to be more impactful, let me know. But I'd reckon it's about the same. And I just used the word reckon, that's weird. But if you enjoyed, drop a like, hit the sub button, channel membership if you want to, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a fantastic day. Thank you all for watching.